Hello, my friend. Welcome back to the Magic Mindfulness podcast. I am your host, Rachel Hupp, and today we are talking about something that is very close to my heart, and that is defining alignment or balanced. What does an aligned life mean to you? What does a balanced life mean to you? When I work with clients one-on-one, this is often one of the first steps that we take so that we can very mindfully and intentionally create the life of our dreams. So let's go ahead and dive in. Again, like I said, today we are going to be exploring this concept of alignment or balance in your life. And so I like to think about it kind of like holding a yoga pose, right? Um, Creating an aligned life from the outside looking in, it may not look like much on the surface. But the reality is that it takes continuous focus, alignment, and subtle shifts to maintain that alignment or that sense of balance. It's an ongoing process, right? Of adjustment, of recentering, regrounding, refocusing, coming back to center, coming back to the space of balance. And I think it's also important to note that our balance, our alignment, it's an evolution, right? It changes over time. So once you hit a certain level of alignment, we tend to get pushed out of our comfort zone, things shift, and then we can work our way to that next level of alignment. So it's kind of like peeling back the layers. The closer we get to our core, the closer we get to who we are at our heart, at our center, the more we can live from a place of alignment from within, the more that is reflected, at least that's what I found, in our outer world. So the two go hand in hand. The more aligned we feel inside, the more reflected that is in our outer world. And so by defining what balance or alignment looks like and feels like for you, you can take that first crucial step towards creating this wildly aligned life that we all want, right? So this understanding, this knowledge, this self-awareness can act as a compass guiding you, your choices, and your actions throughout this journey. And so my invitation to you is to choose a word that resonates with you. And what do I mean by that? Well, for some people, alignment feels stiff and unmoving. To me, I feel like alignment is a state of flow, but that doesn't mean that's what you feel like when you hear or feel into this word alignment. Um, for some people, balance feels like a better word. And for others, balance feels challenging and hard. So before we dive into what balance or alignment feels like for you, what it means to you, I think it's really important to acknowledge that this word may not resonate with everybody, may not resonate with your experience or your desired state, and that is perfectly okay. So let me give you a few ideas of different words you could choose that would more wholeheartedly embody your aspirations. So again, before we get started, I'm going to invite you to choose your word. And you're going to find a download in the show notes of this episode where you can actually write this out for yourself. So I'll guide you through it. And it's just a 2-page worksheet. You can print it out and it'll guide you through this process and you can choose the word that works the best for you. But if you're listening in, you can do this right now. See what gives you a good feeling. So we've got alignment. That's one option. Balance is another option. What about rhythm or flow or harmony? Alignment, balance, rhythm, flow, harmony. Do any of those words stand out to you? Do any of those words really embody how you want your life to feel, how you want to feel from the inside out? For me, I like wildly aligned. I'm very connected to nature. I'm very drawn to nature. I live in the woods. And so for me, this place of alignment or balance, that feels really good to me. But again, it's not going to resonate with everybody's experience or aspirations. So the first step I'll invite you to take is to choose your word. All right. And then I'm going to invite you to do some visualization. So if you are driving or operating any kind of heavy machinery, don't do this right now. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I don't want you to be distracted if you're doing something where you could get hurt. So when you have some time to focus, I'll invite you to find a really comfortable space, whether you're seated at a desk for journaling, whether you're on your yoga mat or yoga cushion, meditation cushion, or the dining room table, journaling in bed in the morning or in the evening. It doesn't really matter, but I want to invite you to settle into a really comfortable space. Take your time to get really cozy. Again, it's nice to have pen and paper nearby. And you're going to start by just taking a few deep breaths, ground into yourself, feel the breath as it comes and goes, feel the support beneath you. And then when you feel settled, take a moment or a few moments, as much time as you would like, to really envision, feel into what an aligned life looks for you. And replace that word with whatever word you chose. So maybe it's a balanced life. Maybe it's a life in harmony. Maybe it is a life in flow. Maybe it is a life in rhythm. Whatever resonates the most with you, how does that feel? What does it look like? How do you envision it? And I'll invite you to take some time to really feel this out, envision it for every area of your life. So there's work, perhaps, unless you're retired, then there's probably still work around the house or with potentially kids or grandkids or friends or neighbors or volunteer work, whatever that means to you. It doesn't have to be a job. It could be work or hobbies, the garden, the house, whatever that is to you. So again, dive deep into each area of your life and feel into and envision what an aligned life feels like in that area. So you've got work, you've got your relationships, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the people around you, self-care, leisure and hobbies, whatever comes to mind. Take some time, give yourself time, and you can take this slow. You can do one a day if you want, you can do one a week if you want. It's no right or wrong, but just an invitation to really feel into what an aligned life, what a balanced life, what a life in flow or harmony or rhythm. What does that really and truly mean to you? And again, how does it feel? What can you see and hear and touch and taste and smell when you are in this state of alignment? And then once you've taken that step, what challenges stand in your way to achieving this? What's holding you back? What's limiting you? Think of it as a map. We talked about understanding what balance or alignment means to you, how you can use that as a compass. So you can visualize a map and, like, I don't know, the first thing that comes to mind is like an outdoor mall. But when you are looking for the map of the layout of the shops, the first thing you look for is where am I now? And you find that, where am I now? And so that's what this envisioning process is like. It's like, okay, you've done the visioning, you've seen where you want to go. Well, I guess the first step actually was defining your word. So your word is what you want. So I guess I need to back up just a step. We're doing this a little out of order, but we had to know where we wanted to go before we could get there. So anyway, you can visualize defining alignment or balance as if you are in that shopping mall, you can visualize that as what you're going to purchase that day. You know in your mind what you want. For me, it would probably be a new pair of running shoes. So, we've pictured what we want in our head. We can see it clearly. We know what we want. And then we have to see, where are we now? Where are we on that map? And we can use that vision of our desires as a compass to get us to where we want to go. So in the example I gave you, I know that I want a new pair of running shoes. I found where I am on the map and I found the store that sells the running shoes that I want. So I can take the steps necessary to get from here to there. Now, coming back to this example, we've defined what we want. We've defined this word, this energy. We've visualized what it will feel like. And we've thought about the challenges, the obstacles that stand in our way to achieving this. And so that kind of gives us a roadmap from where we are now and where we want to be, and the steps or hurdles that are in our way, the challenges that are in our way to getting there that we need to overcome. And so there's one more step that's really important to help you get through those steps, right? And do you know what it is? I'll give you a guess. It's your why. It's your big why. Why is it so important for you to create a more aligned life, a more balanced life, a life that feels in harmony and flow and rhythm? Why is it so important to you? Why does it matter? And so I'm mixing things up a little bit on this podcast episode. I'm not quite running it the way I normally do, but I wanted to give you an action step. And I really want to show you. So my Wildly Aligned Women program kicks off tomorrow, and I'm super, super excited for it. It's August 29th, 2024. And so this is kind of what we're going to be diving into. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of what it might be like to work with me, whether it is in a group setting or potentially one-on-one. But anyway, I thought this would be a fun little activity to kind of showcase and give you a behind the scenes look of what kind of work I do and how my thought process goes. And so, I really like this example of the map and the compass, where you are now, where you want to be, and then your why. That is the gas that's going to get you through, the fuel that's going to get you through. So I'm going to invite you to take some time to journal about this experience. You can take as much time or as little time as you would like, but I will encourage you to at least write down a paragraph or two to describe this envisioned life, this balanced or aligned life, using all of your senses. And then once you've taken time to do that, and again, make sure you tap into your senses, know how it feels, not just what it looks like from the outside looking in, but how it feels from the inside out. Then you're going to jot down any obstacles that you foresee in achieving this state of alignment or balance. All right, my friend, that is a lot in a short period of time. Again, I do have this as a downloadable printout that you can use as a guide. And so that'll be in the show notes. And if you would like to join us in Wildly Aligned Women, we officially kick things off on August 29th, 2024. There are going to be 4 live sessions over the course of 8 weeks, and that is very intentional to give you time to integrate and embody the practices, the principles, the philosophy. We're relying on, we're diving deep into yoga philosophy as a busy modern woman, and how we can very mindfully, in a very grounded way, apply the principles of yoga philosophy to our daily life without feeling stressed out or like it's just one more thing that we can do. How can it be a natural evolution to help us create this wildly aligned life that we all want and crave, right? Because at the heart of it all, we all just want to be happy. We want to wake up feeling fulfilled and satisfied with our day-to-day life. And through this process of reflection and realigning and making subtle shifts and pushing my boundaries, pushing my balance, moving to the next level of alignment, I have been able to use these yoga philosophies, these yoga principles in conjunction with many other tools in my toolkit to create a wildly aligned life and one that feels good from the inside out. And that is what I want for you too, my friend. So again, you'll have this handout in the show notes. Wildly Aligned Women starts tomorrow. And well, by the time this publishes, it'll be today. So sign up now if you want to join in. And the program, I'm looking at my calendar here, you'll actually have through September 5th to sign up. But I do want to give you a full week to catch the replay and catch up so you don't feel stressed or overwhelmed. So I do encourage you, if you would like to join us today. And if not, you have through September 5th, 2024 to still join this session. And if it is after that, when you're catching this replay, then check the show notes because there's a very good chance that I might have a wait list for the next round. So you can always email me at hello@rachelhupp.com if you have any questions. But right now, let's take a deep breath. We covered a lot, again, in a very short period of time. And I just want to tell you, I'm proud of you. When you do this activity, whether you do it today or tomorrow or next week or next month, whenever it feels aligned for you, whenever you feel the call, it'll be the perfect time. And just by considering what balance or alignment means to you, you have taken such an important first step in your journey to a more balanced and aligned life. You've chosen a word that encapsulates your ideal state. You've envisioned what this looks like and feels like in vivid detail. This vision, my friend, this feeling is what you will be working towards in the days to come. So celebrate this achievement and get ready for the journey ahead. Now, before I let you go, I do want to give you a little bit more information about these words that I've described right now. So, balance. Balance is the state where different elements are in the correct proportion or harmony. Rhythm is a strong, regular, repeated pattern, a harmonious correlation of elements in life. Flow is a state of effortless concentration and enjoyment where activities are in sync with each other. And harmony is a consistent, orderly, or pleasing arrangement of parts, congruity in life's various elements. And so those came from the dictionary. But we talked about alignment. Alignment is this concept where everything looks like it's in perfect line. Everything looks like it's just moving with ease. But there's really continuous focus, balance, and subtle shifts to maintain it, right? And so just to give you a little bit more inspiration. All right. Well, let me know what word you choose. Let me know what you decide. I would love to know. I would love to support you on this journey, creating your wildly aligned life. And I think that's enough for one day. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Take good care, my friend.